Evening, it's Thursday night and we're back for another Football Manager stream. Anyhow, let's get on with the stream. So here we are, it is the 1st of February 2030, so we absolutely must have hit a transfer deadline. I'd like to think so anyway. I don't know if I bought anyone. Here we go, I did. I made two great signings, of course I remember these. Joan Rodolphe, classified here as a centre-back, but very much likely to be my first choice right-back. Incredible quality for a 21-year-old from Argentina. Already has one full cap and ours for the low price of £7 million. Definitely one that I'm expecting to sell on at some point in the fairly near future. I think he's definitely got a future away from Rangers, but we're going to hold on to him as long as we can. Another player who we brought in was an 18-year-old Brazilian centre-back. He had everything I'm looking for. He's big, he's tall, can jump a bit. He's got work to do, but he is only 18 and was ours for, again, a low price of £4.3 million. We did get rid of Steve Kelly, who's a youngster who doesn't really have a great deal of potential. And we sold Mario Koscielny to actually fund our little spending spree there. £9.5 million to Panathinaikos. He'd been very much a bit part player who'd done quite well when he had played, but he was agitating for additional football, which he is very much fourth in line on the wings, and we weren't able to incorporate him into our Champions League squads, so he was not particularly pleased by that. In terms of form from the last stream, we did quite well. We got a few wins. We did have that horrid match against Aberdeen where we lost 4-1, and I wish I could have forgotten that one. That was painful to watch. We were the better team in many ways. We had more of the ball. We had more attempts at goal. We just could not stop them. It got so bad, in fact, that we took our goalkeeper off. We also played some very big matches. We played against Man United in a bit of a back and forth match that ended up as a 2-2 draw at Ibrox, and a result actually I'm quite happy with. We held our own against the Giants from Manchester, and then we travelled to Paris Saint-Germain and again held our own, losing by just the one goal. The biggest worry there being the injury to Gustav Isaacson, who thankfully for us is only out for 2 to 3 weeks, but we have lost Raskin again, only to a cold. John Rodolphe also got a cold, so I wonder if he brought that over on the plane from Argentina with him and passed it on to Nicholas Raskin. And we have unfortunately lost Kamil Piatkowski, who was one of our first choice centre-backs so far this season for 3 to 4 months. So let's hope we continue that. Oh, and that's... you never like to see a professional footballer injured, but Kalimwendo has proved to be a pain in my backside ever since arriving in Scotland, scoring against me plenty as Dundee United, and I don't think he scored against us while we've been playing as Rangers, but anything that weakens Celtic is a good thing. And while I've been waffling on, we've scored a goal from a corner. Kovacevic crosses it in, Sorensen nods it in at the near post, and that's a regulation opener. Payne now with another marauding run down the right. Just turning the St Mirren players inside and out. Kovacevic now, and that's a blistering finish. Lovely football. Payne started it all and did all of the hard work, drawing men out to him before leaving them flat on their bottoms. And we have scored a second goal, and we're most of the way there to getting our revenge against St Mirren. Oh, and that's goal number 3. It was very nearly Sorensen, but it looks like it's an own goal. Ekpiteta. I'm not entirely sure what happened there. We'll have to have a look at the replay. So Sorensen headed in off the post, and Oyedele has kicked it against his own player, and it's just ricocheted off into the back of the net. 3-0, and I'd say revenge is pretty much done. And it's Mikkel Mikkelsen at the back post to make it 4-0. And we see that through for a comfortable 4-0 win against St Mirren. Yeah. This could well be the end of our Champions League adventure this season. Yeah, we definitely belong in this group more than we belong in this group. Some huge teams in here. And we'll be lucky to get anywhere near the next knockout stage. We're just going to jump through. Rangers versus Chelsea. Well, there you go. Right, let's go beat Celtic again this season, shall we? We've definitely got their number. We know how to beat them. They don't know how to stop us. So let's just get this formality over with. Another set piece. Can we do better than we did last time? It goes for the back post. It's Mikkel Mikkelsen. And that is 1-0. And we are... I mean, you just expected it. We beat Celtic. It's what we do. And we just slow the pace down when we need to, and then speed up when opportunities present themselves. And we've got a bit of an overload on the right here. Payne now forward for Diamande, and that is a beautiful ball and a lovely finish. And I genuinely hope that's onside just for the beauty of that goal. And it is. Should never have doubted them. It was the slow build up and then the quick shift forward, Colombo, and that ball is absolutely delicious from Payne. We've got 2 or 3 players who can take advantage of a ball like that, but Diamande is the first one there. Yeah, it wasn't even close. But the good news is that is 4 from 4. 4 matches against Celtic, 4 wins for Rangers, and we are definitely the dominant team in Glasgow. And we certainly deserve to be back at the top there. It's been uninspiring to say the least. We'll go attacking, see if we can start to produce a little bit more than that. And we've hit the bar again. Okay, let's encourage the team because they're doing all the right things. They just need to get that little white round thing in between those rectangular white things. Not hard, is it? Kovacevic now, and that's in. We finally got the breakthrough. Oh, come on. Let's not do something silly here. Milne is throwing us a good ball through for Hunt, and we've gone and absolutely fluffed our lines there. Well, we're going to berate them, go to attacking, and hope that they can actually do something in the last 5 minutes. But we've stuffed that one right up, haven't we? And I mean, I hate to say it, but I think they're going to be too good for Inter in the final. Right, let's see if we can do a thing against Chelsea. 2 bookings in the first 4 minutes. Well, good to see the refs trying to get control of the game. Oh yeah, and I've got 2 reasons for supporting Inter. First, it's against Man City, so it's anyone but City. But also, I love the Inter kit, and we've just scored a goal against Chelsea. We are unstoppable. What a Rangers side we are. Who's the striker they had who wore number 9 before Ronaldo appeared, and then he ended up with a shirt number 18, didn't he? And he literally drew in, I don't know, Tipex or something, a little plus sign between them to make 1+8. What was his name? I can't remember for the life of me, because he was a top striker in his own right. And unfortunately, we have conceded against Chelsea, and it just, like I said, they're still a very good team, even when they've got 1 man fewer than we have. I can't remember his name. That's going to bug me now. So, slightly rotated squad for this one in the hope that they'll still be able to do the job anyway. Don't have much to change in the front 3 though, so those guys are going to have to play this one and the next one. That's patient build up and lovely passing there. We just passed Livingston to death. Like to think there's going to be more of this highlight because nothing really happened. Rodolphe now just in his 2nd or 3rd start for us, so not expecting too much. good ball over for Sarmiento, and oh, that's a lovely finish. And he's just flicked that with the outside of his boot, and it's flown into the top corner. Shackleton with that little chip over the top, and look at that. But it is Football Manager, and you know how Football Manager likes to do these things in the cup. There we go, that's one. And we are through to the quarter-final. That was, yeah, one of the more nervous ones, despite, I mean, the match stats say we were all over them, but the way Football Manager presents that to you, that was an awful lot closer. So what's your weekend looking like out there? As I've said, I've got Legoland Saturday, and then Sunday I'm going to spend most of my time trying to edit down some of my streams so that they fit into nice, neat 30-minute packages for YouTube. Right, first highlight of the match. And encouragingly, we're the ones in possession of the football. We've gone out wide for Yilmaz, and there's a good ball forward for Raskin. Back for Yilmaz, in for Ridolfi. Yates now, perfect opportunity, and that's a very good stop. Can't help but think a little bit more power, and that's 1-0. We're doing well to hold on to the football quite as much as we are. 52% possession's pretty good away from home. But there is, unfortunately, the first goal for Chelsea. There's appeals for offside, but I'm not convinced that you're going to get an offside decision there. No. I'm really not sure what on earth sort of appeal that is, but we are 1-0 down away from home, and I think we just have to accept that's probably the end. I don't think we've got enough. We are going to go attacking because, well, we don't want to go without any kind of fight at all, but we've got a lot of players who've been pretty anonymous in this so far. And Chelsea, well, the lead remains unmolested. That's a good ball through for Kovacevic, and that is 1-1. Is there suspicion of offside? He looked fine to me. And it's 1-1. Well, we've just made a whole raft of changes based on the fact that we weren't getting back into this, and actually now I'm going to keep things as they were. Samoa's now, good ball forward for Campbell. And we've got men in the box. Can we find one of them? And it's got dropped to Colombo. The ball palmed away by this Chelsea goalkeeper from Campbell's, well, cross-come shot. And Colombo pounces on the rebound. We're 2-1 up, away to Chelsea. And despite just a few minutes ago saying we need to accept that our run is at an end, we are now leading in this tie, and we are most definitely going to waste all of the time that God can send us here, or will send us probably. And that's Murray heading the ball away well. That's why he's in the side. This time he does win his duel in the air with Havertz. Chelsea keep coming, and, well, 2-2. I suppose we can't complain about that too much. It's been an even game, and an even result would be a fair one. And yeah, I didn't think that was offside at all. No, we're taking Chelsea to extra time, which is not too bad. And we're very much under whatever the cosh is. And Chelsea just recyclable, but Colombo does brilliantly before laying it off for Murray, who has absolutely fluffed his lines there. Oh, that's a sore way to lose it. Well, Colombo does fantastically well coming back from the front to defend, and then Murray inexplicably just hits the ball straight at the Chelsea man, and it is pretty much over now. In injury time, in extra time, sorry, we just really weren't in it. Chelsea being the stronger of the two. And, well, we tried. Okay. Something that could only happen to you. Are we talking Football Manager related, or is this just life in general? A new Argentinian right back, and before I get to play him in the first game, he gets a cold and then he gets an injury for the second game as well. Just out of nowhere. I can imagine coming from Argentina to Scotland, you're going to feel a bit rough. Probably get a cold just going from the Argentinian temperatures to the Scottish temperatures, but Football Manager just does it to you. I mean, your 8-month injury is something else. And, well, that's the start we needed. We want Celtic to lose that game against Hibs. We've been better than them all season. The goal difference tells the story all of its own. But every time we drop points, Celtic pick them up. And Isaacson, I love this man. I've not caught up on Discord at all. Yeah, and that's goal number 3. Referee, don't be a pervert. Finger out your ear. That was just a goal. Gave you a fucking boner. I need to check out Discord then. Last couple of changes. Raskin, because I don't want to risk him getting injured again. And who's just scored there? Every time I do it. Every time. Pause the game, Adam. Okay, and we'll get Torres Campbell on, who's going on the wing because he's definitely not a striker. Hold on a second. I can change settings, can't I? Oh, and is that number 5? Right, hold on. I can let you post links somehow. Three-1 down, 3-all, and a winner in 90 plus 4. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, we're just scoring goals for fun here as well. Off the bar, head of the keeper. Oh, please tell me you've got a video of that somewhere. I don't know if that's just a match engine thing. It just doesn't show you the right thing, or whether they've deliberately introduced decisions. At no point are you thinking we might lose this. Oh, that's a lovely goal from Diomande. So, Chief, are you watching the game? Are you watching the match? Are Peterborough looking like they've got any chance, or is it just backs to the wall and hoping they get to penalties now? Go on, Yatesy. And Isaacson's got another one. I reckon that's going to be looked at for offside. Nope, that is 4-0, and we are cruising to yet another win. And if Aberdeen can hold on for the win at Celtic, or against Celtic rather, that is a lovely job. Not really. No, there's nothing between the two teams. It's just a situation where you're watching your team lose 5-1 from a position that you really should never have lost. I think the last few weeks we've seen some crazy games. Last weekend, the weekend before, there were just so many goals in the Premier League. It was silly. Okay, that one's done then. So that's They're playing a full 45 minutes. Oh, that's another 4-goal lead being bottled there. Yeah. They have 5 fitness coaches. Who has 5 fitness coaches? And Sheffield Wednesday. It's a good job Peterborough and Sheffield aren't that far apart, because it's still going to be a long drive home for the Peterborough fans. Hmm. Yeah, that's a very weird one. I've never heard a man so unhappy with beating Man United 4-1. I hate that. But it's so hard to break down. And they've still got pretty much 3 strikers. They've got 2 strikers and an attacking midfielder. And they just lump the ball forward. And then you're in trouble because you're attacking. But I'm 6-0 up in the first half against Inverness. I'm glad Scottish football is competitive. Okay, and we are calling the stream to an end there tonight. Thank you everyone who did join. As you can see, we've ended the night already qualifying for the Champions League with 9 games to go. It's just insane stuff in football, football in Scotland. But I mean, that's what you get. That's what you get. Next up, winning the league. Yeah, and good night.